NES is dysfunctional. That's why we're sending this letter out.
New tonight, more criticism of the NES and its storm response has led State Representative Mike Sparks to call for another utility to take over service for his part of Rutherford County. Sparks says that communities outside Nashville right now have no representation on the NES Power Board. Fox 17 News' Madeline Nolan now live outside the state capitol with more on that letter and the fact that it's opening the door to this very conversation.
Yes, Scott, I'm actually holding that letter right here. It was sent today to Nashville Electric Service, the Middle Tennessee Membership Corporation, as well as the mayor of Vergne. Now, the lawmaker, Mike Sparks, who you said was behind this letter, well, pretty much lays out two paths for communities outside of Davidson County. Either a seat at the table with NES or a possible takeover by Middle Tennessee Electric.
Residents are tired of just sitting in the dark and being told, you just need to wait.
The conversation started last week when Vergne's mayor spoke to Fox 17 News about ongoing power outages and what he called a lack of communication from Nashville Electric Service during the ice storm. Now that frustration is turning into action at the state level.
NES is dysfunctional. That's why we're sending this letter out.
State Representative Mike Sparks, who represents part of Rutherford County, says communities like Vergne fall into a gray area. They're served by NES but have no say in who makes decisions at the top.
If NES has our area, we want representation on there and a seat at the table.
Sparks sent this letter Friday asking Middle Tennessee Electric to study whether it could take over electric service for parts of Rutherford County, specifically the city of Vergne. And if takeover isn't possible, well, Sparks says the backup plan is board representation, giving cities and counties served by NES outside of Davidson County a voice in how the utility is run.
So the time is right and the time is now to investigate this.
The push comes after very different storm responses. At the height of the outages, NES was dealing with about 230,000 customers without power, with around 300 line workers in the field by mid-Monday. Middle Tennessee Electric, which had about 8,000 outages at the same time, started that day with more than 460 line workers. I reached out to both utilities. Neither directly answered my questions. MTE says it's supporting restoration efforts through after-action reviews, while NES says it is reviewing its storm response. Now, NES added that they are grateful for their partnership with elected officials, and that will continue as this review continues. But Metro Council has also called for a special meeting happening this upcoming Tuesday where NES will be present, so maybe we can get some more answers there. Reporting live here at the state capitol, I'm Madeline Nolan, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.